Hello there, and welcome to Hotel Illyria. The year is 2020, and while we wait for all to be well that ends well, we're stuck here, thanks to Corona, or COVID-19, or whatever you want to call it. Fact is, we're stuck here. I'm stuck here with literally nothing to wear but my uniform. At least they gave me a bed, because nobody's going home anytime soon. And everyone stuck in here will remain in here. Our only connection with the outside world is, ta-da, the internet. So all the world's a stage. We watch through this window. Luckily, we've got some pretty nice Wi-Fi around here and private chat rooms we can use, but the quality is, Okay, that is a bit too much in medias res for a good beginning, isn't it? Well, I decided, since I am stuck in here with all of them, I'll let you share in the hilariousness that is the weird people in this place. Who am I? I am the concierge. Can't you see? All right, let's start at the beginning. I am the concierge of this mega fancy hotel, the Illyria, which belongs to Orsino, or Duke Orsino, as he likes to call himself. He fancies himself some kind of pop star or singer-songwriter or something. But he was on tour once in 2011, and we sell his shirts. Yeah. So he's up there in his penthouse playing his guitar all day long and making his attendants dance attendance on him. Get it? Yeah. He inherited this place some time ago, and he now calls it home, even though I'm pretty sure he has no idea where he is most of the time. He also has this thing going on with the other large hotel around here, the Arden, even though they're pretty cool because they've got a pirate theme park. Fancy that. Well, him and the other owner, they have this personal feud going on. Well, like that's a thing. Like two households, both alike in dignity. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. Pretty dramatic, right? And it actually was pretty dramatic, because they had this fight a few years ago, and people got hurt or died or were massacred. Ever since then, us and the Arden people, we're not even allowed to talk to each other. Tell you what, I know their concierge. Nice chap. Bit gossipy, bit chatty, but well, hey, whatever floats your boat. So, our Orsino fancies himself in love with this lady on floor 11, Olivia, a rich heiress who rents a whole floor for herself and like 3 or 4 attendants to shut herself up from the world for some holier-than-thou grieving. The only sensible one in that whole bunch is probably her personal assistant, Maria. And you know what? I won't tell you so much about them, because you're going to see them. Why? Well, remember, I told you that we all have these private chat rooms. Of course, Orsino and Olivia have official chat rooms too, for being so fancy. Like that's a thing. Luckily, yours truly is somewhat of a tech-savvy concierge who only connects and silently as a lamb sneaks into other people's video calls to record them for posterity. Or rather, posteriority in some cases. And you know what? I am the only one who can do that. And maybe Maria. Maybe because I showed her. Just maybe. But what with me being far from the mating crowd and all, I can just observe and learn, and I hope you'll be along for the ride. Because what with Corona, there's really nothing else to do, is there? So, I hope you'll enjoy. And if you do, you can leave me some nice comments down there. And if you don't, you can bugger off. Cheers!
If music be the fruit of love, lay on. Yeah, give me excess of it. That's surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. Let's rain again and had a dying fall. It came over my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon the bank of violet. Stealing and giving odor were not no more. Tis not as sweet as it was before. Spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, nor enters thereof what validity and pitch so but was into abatement a low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Uriel?
The hart?
Oh, why, so I do. The noblest that I have, oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned to her, and then my desires like fell, and cruel hounds ere since pursue me. Oh, how now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress she will veil it walk, and water once her chamber round, with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love to a brother. How is she loved when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? For when liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones, are supplied and filled her sweet perfections with oneself king. Away, before me, to sweet beds of flowers, her love thoughts lie rich, when canopied with bowers.
What place, my friend, is this?
This is the Illyria, lady.
What should I do at the Illyria? My brother, he's in Elysium. Perchance he's not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. So perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself that after your ship did split, and you and those poor numbers saved with you hung unto your driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I could see.
To saying so there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope. Whereto thy speech serves authority, the like of him. Knowst thou this place?
Ay, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature as a name.
What is his name?
Orsino?
Orsino?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard my father name him. Oh, he was a bachelor then.
And so is now. And now 'tis fresh and murmur, for what great ones do, the lass will prattle of. He seeks the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who also shortly died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world, till I'd made mine own occasion mellow, what my state is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the Duke's.
There's a fair behaviour in thee, concierge, and though that nature with abuse was spoiled doth of claws and pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that fits with this thy fair and outward character. I pray thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously, conceal me what I am and be my aid, for such disguise as happily shall become the form of my intent. I shall serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak in many forms of music that will make me very worth the service. What else may hap to time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, I'll your mute be, when my tongue blabs and let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What just happened? Oh, mad.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus, I am sure, cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Dame Toby, you must come in earlier nights. My lady, your niece takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
But you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in one night to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Agueface?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any's in the Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you'll say so. He plays on the wild gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and has all the good gifts of nature.
Oh, he has indeed, for almost natural, for besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreller, and but that he has but the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought among the prudent that he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and substractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add moreover that he is drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is a passage in my throat and drink in the Illyria. He is a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn on the toe like a parish top. What, wench, Castigliano vulgo, for here comes Sir Andrew, Ague-face.
Dame Toby Belch, how now, Dame Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Oh, bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress, accost. I acquire better attaintance. I desire better acquaintance, is what I wanted to say.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress Mary accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Very well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew, would thou mightst never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress, I might never draw sword again. Good lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends.
Oh, knight, thou lackst the cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see some canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a mere Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I think that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Dame Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What's pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed the time and the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why? What would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
But it does bestow me well enough, does it not?
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Dame Toby. Your niece will not be seen, and if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She will not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear it. Tut, there's life in't, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world, and yet I delight in masks, and revels sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshawses, knight?
As any man in the Illyria, whoever it may be, under the degree of my betters, of course, and yet I will not compare to an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the backdrip as strong as any man in the Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust like Mistress More's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg that it was formed under the star of the galliard.
It is strong, and it does indifferent well at a flame-coloured stock. Shall we better set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus? That's sides and hearts.
No, sir, it is legs and thighs. Let me see thee caper. Higher! Excellent!
If the Duke continue these favours towards you, Cesario, you're like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you're no stranger.
You either fear his humour or my negligence to call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favours?
No, believe me.
I thank you.
Who saw Cesario?
Ah, here comes the Count.
Oh!
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I have enclosed to thee the book even of my secrets, so therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at the doors, so tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Oh, be glamorous and leave all silver bounds. Rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. Oh, it shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth, rather than in a nuncius of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for there shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's slip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound. All representative of a woman's part. I know. Thy constellation is right up for this affair. Will you attend him? For I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a baleful strife. Wherever I woo, myself should be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my mouth as wide as a bristle may enter in the way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colours.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born, I fear no colours.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars, and that you may be so bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away, and is that not as good as hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You are resolute, then?
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one breaks, the other will hold, and if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt and good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Dame Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, you were best.
Wit and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I that am sure I lack thee may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellow? Take away the lady.
Go to, you a dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that the simple syllogism will serve so, if it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade to take away the fool. Therefore, I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprision in the highest degree. Lady, calculus non facit monachum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good, my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mourn'st thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What do you think of this fool, Malvolio? Does he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make a better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Dame Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but she will not pass her word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How you say to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brains than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest I take these wise men that grow so at these said kind of fools no better than the fool's sayings.
Oh, you're sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with distemperate appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird balls that you deem cannon bullets. There's no slander in an allowed fool, though he does nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he does nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speaks well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman who much desires to speak with you.
From Cantosina, is it?
I know not, madam, but 'tis a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Dame Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Oh, fetch her off, I pray you. She speaks nothing but maymen. Fire on her. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now, you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool. Who scold Jove cram with brains, for here comes one of thy kin, has a most weak pyomater.
By my owner half drunk, What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman. What a gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here. Plague of these pickle herring. How now, sod?
Good Dame Toby.
Cousin, how have you come this early by this lethargy?
Lechery! I defy lechery. There's one in the waiting room.
Ay, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil, and he will. I cannot. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and a third drowns him.
Go thou and take the crown and let her sit, Amicus, for she is the third degree of drink. She's drowned. Go look after her.
She is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the mad woman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him I shall not speak with him.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to avenge, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
Of very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As a squash is before 'tis a peascod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him and standing water between boy and man. He's very well favored, and he speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Where's my whale? I'll throw it over my face. Will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honourable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides it is excellently well penned, I've taken great pains to study it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I'm very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
Well, I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I'm not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what important, isn't it? I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to con it, and 'tis poetical.
It is more likely to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you speak. If you're not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon to make with me so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? There lies your way.
No, good swabber. I'm to hull here a little longer. Some molifton for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It concerns your ear alone. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable duck, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Ah, I have read it. It's heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such as I as one, was this present? Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grey, and it will endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white are nature's own sweet cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty, and it shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item 2 lips, indifferent red, item 2 grey eyes with lips to them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Where is sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You're too proud. But if you are the devil, you're fair. My lord and master loves you. Such love could not be recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
Oh, with adoration's fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, and with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless use, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and shape of nature a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering and such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them out loud even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him, let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I'm no feet post. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, begs recompense. Love makes this heart of flint that you shall love, and let your forever like my master's be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn, thou art, thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee the five-fold blazon. Not too fast, so. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly one may cage the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections, with an invisible and subtle stars to creep in my eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after the same peevish messenger, the countess man. He had a ring delivered, would I or not. Tell him I will none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with his hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come again this way tomorrow, I will give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what, and fear to find my eye to create flatter for my mind. Fade. Show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is discreet must be, and really so.
Remember, I told you about the other hotel, the Arden? Their concierge told me that they're shutting down, temporarily, in the not too distant future. And he also sent me some footage, because he saw my videos. And also, he's bored out of his wits, because there's really nothing else to do but film. So apparently, they have the same guest, like identical guest we do, minus the head injury. So I'm guessing head injury girl's brother didn't drown when their ship did split, but checked in over there. He's kind of weird too, and he also has this drowning metaphor going, which is nice, you know, having something to share with your siblings and all. Really, is everyone mad around here? Like, we're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. Yeah. So, brother guy befriended my boss's mortal enemy, Antonia. Yeah, who keeps talking about nothing else but this fight I told you about. Yeah, told you. So, and oh yeah, he's called Sebastian, and head injury girl is called Viola, or Cesario, as she now stylizes himself, or something. So he doesn't know she's alive and here, and she doesn't know he's alive and there. You also wouldn't tell them, would you?
Will you stay no longer? Now will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me know of you whither you are bound.
No sooth, madam. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonia, my name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo, and my father was that Sebastian of Macedon, whom I know you've heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we've ended so. But you, madam, altered that. The hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas, the day.
A lady, madam, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet accounted of many beautiful. But though I could not with such estimable wonder or far believe that, yet thus far will boldly publish her. She bore in mind that envy could not but call fair. She's drowned already, madam, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Oh, pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonia, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you've done, that is, kill him whom you've recovered, desire it not. Fare ye well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's place. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's place, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come, what may I do adore thee so? That danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were not you even now with the Countess Illyria?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace. I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hearty to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring off me. None of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this, lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's rings? Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she'd better love a dream. Disguise I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailties the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this BUEDG? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she mistakenly seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Illyria breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and diluculo zogre, thou knowest.
Nay, I do not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early, so that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I say it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marianne, I say, a stoup of wine.
Here comes the fool, Faith.
How now, my heart? Did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I'd rather had 40 shillings I had such a leg, and such a sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. If thou wast a very gracious fooling last night when you spokest of Picrogrometus the Vapient, who passing the equinominals of Quebus, it was very good, faith. I sent thee 6 pence for thy lemons, hadst it?
I did in Pentecost thy gratillity, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and the myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent! Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now a song.
Come on, there is sixpence for you. Let's have a song.
There's a tester from me too. If one night give
You have a love song or a song of good life.
A love song, a love song.
Yeah, I care nothing for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, goody Faith.
Good, good.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
And mellifluous voice, as I am tonight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious, Faith.
To hear by the nose, it is dulcet in contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that?
I say, let's do it. I am a dog at a catch.
My lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. I shall be constrained to call thee knave knight.
'Tis not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Goody Faith, let's begin.
Hold thy peace, I prithee, hold thy peace. Hold thy peace, I prithee, hold thy peace.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My ladies a Cathaean, we are politicians, Malvolio's a Pecoramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am not I consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley, lady, there dwelt a man in Babylon, lady, lady.
Shrew me, the lady's an admirable fooling.
Aye, she does well enough if she be disposed, and so do I too. She does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December.
For the love of God, peace.
My masters, are you mad or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, no honesty, but to gabble like pinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse out of my lady's floor, that ye squeak out your coziest catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snack up.
Dame Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbours you as a kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to these rooms. If not, and it will please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Dame Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Even so.
But I will never die.
Dame Toby, there you lie.
Shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, 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 you dare not.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by Saint Anne, and Ginger shall be hot at mouth too.
Thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs. A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favour at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go, shake your ears.
'Twas good a deed as to drink when a man's a-hungry, and to challenge him the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Dame Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count's was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay word and make him a common recreation, do not think I can lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possessors, tell us something of him.
Mary lady, sometimes he's a kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I would have known then, I would have beat him like a dog.
What's for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I got reason good enough.
Well, the devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectionate ass that can't state without book and utters it by great swathes, the best persuaded of himself, so crammed, he thinks, with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that everyone who look upon him must love him. And on that wise, in him, my revenge will find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistle wherein by the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very much like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose too.
He shall think by the letter
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of such colour.
And your horse will no doubt make him as.
As I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physics will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third. When he shall find the email. For this night, to bed and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
It's too bad, knight. Thou hast need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight, come, knight.
Shall we three meet again? When shall we three meet again? When shall we
Give me some music.
Oh, good morrow, friends. A good Cesario about that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night. I thought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy paced at times. Oh, come, one verse?
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
Pesty the jester, my lord. A fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Let's seek him out and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are. Unstained and skittish in all motions else. Safe in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly, my life opponent. Young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that allows, have it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion, my lord.
He is not worthy then. What years are they?
About your years, my lord.
Oh, my heaven. That's still a woman taken elder than herself. So she wears to him, so she sways level in her husband's heart. Oh boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost in one than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
But then let thy love be younger than thyself, for thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall the very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so to die, even when to perfection they grow.
Oh, come. Of the song we had last night? But Market Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that weave their thread with bones, do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
I prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck gold with you, oh prepare it. My part of death no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin let there be strewn. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me away. my grave to weep.
Here's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I pay thee pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me no leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere, for that's it that always makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty, till my love, more noble than the world, prices, not quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks in attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, has for your love as great a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, and you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There's no woman's sighs can bite the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but the palate that suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much.
Make no compare.
Between the love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they aren't as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter love a man, as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her story?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm at bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like Patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was this not love indeed? We men, we may say more and wear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister for love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Shall I to this lady, sir?
Hey, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. Say my love can give no place. Bide no delay.
Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this spot, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favour with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not, it is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my metal of India?
Malvolio's coming this way. He's been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his own shadow this last half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot out of him. Close, in the name of jesting, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard her come thus near that should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
He's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace! Contemplation makes a red turkey cock of him. How he chats under his advanced plumes.
Light, I could so beat the rogue. Peace, I say.
The Count Malvolio?
Rogue! Pistol him! Peace, peace.
There is example for it. The lady of the Straits married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him, Jezebel!
Oh, peace! Now it's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branched velvet gown. Having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Oh, peace, peace.
And then to have to humour states. And after a demure travail of regards, telling them I know my place, as I would they should do theirs. To ask for my kinswoman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace, 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 now.
I frowned a while, and perchance wind up my watch, or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches, courteously to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Thou a silence be drawn from us with scarce yet peace.
I extend my hand to her thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow on the lips then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your knees, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab.
Patience, or we break the sinners of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was I, for many who call me fool.
What employment have you here?
Now is the woodcock near the chin.
Oh, peace, and the spirit of you intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, this my lady's handle. To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Her very phrases. He's my lady, but to whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows, the numbers altered. No man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio.
Marry, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a luckless knife, with a bloodless joke my heart doth gore. MOAI doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
MOAI doth sway my life. Nay, at first let me see. Let me see.
What is her poison? Has she dressed him?
And with what wing the standard checks at it?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me, I serve her, she's my lady. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. There's no obstruction in this. And the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me. MOAI.
Oh, I make up that. He is now at a cold scent.
Sotter will cry upon for all this. Thou hast be as rank as a fox.
Malvolio. Why, that begins my name.
Did not I say you would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
But then there's no consonance in the sequel that suffers an approbation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Or I'll cudgel him and make him cry. Oh!
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had any eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
MOAI. The simulation is not as the former. And yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft here follows prose. If this fall into their hand, revolve. In my stars, I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee, that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to it, thou art made, if thou desires to be so. If not, let me see thee as dear still. The fellow of servants are not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate and happy. Daylight at Japan discovers the more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle them, Toby. I will wash our gross acquaintance. I will be point device of every man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me. For every reason except to this, my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And in this she manifests herself to my love. And with the kind of injunction, draws me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. Oh, here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore in my presence still smile, dear, my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
And I'd give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I too.
And ask no other dowry with her but such another jest.
No, I neither.
Here comes my noble gull-catcher.
Wilt thou set thy foot on my neck?
Or on mine either.
Shall I play my freedom at trade trip and become thy bond slave?
I'faith, or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aquavitae with a midwife.
If you will see then the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her cross in yellow stockings, and 'tis a she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, being which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable content. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
So, I was going through some security footage because security is so important. And apparently, someone was in the Elephant Bar last night around 3 o'clock. And I just think that the world needs to see this. There you go.
At last, it hath been done. Now, Teddy, listen carefully and do tell what thou thinkst on it. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling birds of May, and summer's leaf have all too short a day. Sometimes to hide the eye of heaven shines, and often is his good complexion dim, and every fair from fair sometimes decline. By gentle nature's dainty course and but thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of their feathers, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade. When in eternal lands to times thou grows, so long as man can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir. I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say the king lies by a beggar if a beggar dwell near him, or thy tabor stand by the church if the church stand by thy tabor.
You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a cheverel glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would, therefore, my sister had had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgraced them.
Thy reason, man?
Troth, sir, I can yield none without words, and words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow, and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it would make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Illyria's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Illyria has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married, and fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee of late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now Jove and his next commodity of hair send thee a beard.
By my troth, I tell you, I'm almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir, begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will conjure to them whence you come. Who you are, and what you would, are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe the mood on whom he jests, the quality of the time and persons, and like the haggard check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. For folly which he shows is fit, but wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, madam.
Dieu vous garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur?
I hope you are, sir, and I am yours.
Will you encounter our house? My niece was desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, madam. I mean, she's the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir, put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, madam, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
Ah, and I shall answer with gate and entrance. But we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
That youth rare courtier, rain odors. Well,
my matter has no voice, lady, but to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. I get them all three already.
Leave me to my hearing. Give me your hands, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What's your name?
Cesario's your servant's name, madam, fair princess.
My servant, sir, was never merry world since lowly fame was called compliment. You are servant to Count Orsino, youth.
And he's yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him, for his thoughts they were blank rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bid you never speak again of him.
But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than the music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment that we had, a ring in chase of you, and so did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me, you. Under hard construction must I sit, to force death on you in a forceful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set my honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuddled thoughts the tyrannous mind can think? To one of you receiving, enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. Let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That is degree to love?
No, not agrees, for it's vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then methinks 'tis time to smile again? O world, how apt are the poor to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth has come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. There lies your way. Due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you're not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right, I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Were it better, madam, than I am. I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the content and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Last night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by manhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee, so that maugre all thy pride, no wit, no passion can thy reason hide. Do not extend thy reasons with this close, for that I will therefore has no cloth, but rather reason this with reason fatter. Thou thought is good, but given unthought is better.
By my innocence I swear, and by my youth. I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never shall be mistress of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Nevermore my master's tears to you will I deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now upwards to like his love.
No, Faith, I will not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
Must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her toward you.
Snight, will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oath of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to wake your dormant valor, and to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent chats fired you from them, and you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt either of valor or policy.
And it be anyway, it must be of valor, for policy I hate. I had as lief be a brownist than a politician.
Why then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valour. Challenge me, the Count's youth, to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places, my niece shall take note of it. And assure thyself there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valour.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you two bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write it in a martial hand, be cursed and breathe. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou thou'st him some thrice, it shall not be amiss, and as many lies as will lie in thy sheet of paper, although the sheet were big enough for the bed of ware in England, set them down. Go, about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with a goose pen, no matter, about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go.
This is a dear mannikin to you, Dame Toby.
I have been dear to him, lad, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were opened, and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
You desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches. Follow me. Young girl Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado, for there's no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He is in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Most villainously, like a pedant that keeps a school in the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as it is. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favour.
Come, bring us ways.
Yellow. Seriously? Yellow and lilac? God, he looks a fright. I'm glad I don't get to see him in person. And not just because of the clothes. Oh, but check out who's just checking in.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than fight steel, did spur me forth, and I'd all love to see you, thou somewhat as might have drawn me to a longer voyage. But jealousy, what might befall your trying skilless in this part, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove worse and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather by this and of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonia, I can no other answer make, but thanks, and ever thanks. And oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay, but were my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this place?
Tomorrow, sir, best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this hotel.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk this floor. Once in a sea fight against a country's galley, I did some service of such not indeed, that were I taken here, it will scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his
The offence is not such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of time and quarrel might well have given us some bloody argument. It might have since be answered in repaying what we took from them. which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself to doubt, for which, if I be lost in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
It does not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. Down on the ground floor, at the Elephant, is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, while you beguile the time and feed your knowledge in giving us a place. There shall you have me.
Why are you purse?
Haply your eyes shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer, and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I'd remember.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For use bought is more often begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil, and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship will best have some guard about you if he come, for the man is sure tainted in its wits.
Go call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady.
Smiles thou? I saved thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross artery. But what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and command shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed, I, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
Heaven restore thee. What dost thou smile and kiss thou hands so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request, yes, nightingales answer doors.
Why appear you in this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
Huh?
Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
God comfort thee.
Remember who commanded thy yellow stockings.
Thy yellow stockings?
And wish to see thee cross-carpet?
Cross-carpet?
Go to, thou art native, thou desires to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still.
Am I maid? Why, this is all a very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Ursinos is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Please let some of my people have a special care of him. I will not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Do you come near me now? No worse woman than Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. This answer on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to her, for she incites me to that in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she, be opposite with a kinsman, and surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of state, and put thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets down the manner how, as a sad face, a reverent carriage, a slow tongue, in the habit of some serve note, and so forth. I have limed her, but it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why everything adheres together, that no drama of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can I say? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove is the doer of this, not I, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off, I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Look, how hollow the fiend speaks with him. Did not I tell you, Dame Toby, my lady prays you have a care of him?
Does she so?
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is't with you? What, man, defy the devil, consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Like you, and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow, if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee hold thy peace, this is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
Nay, no way, but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough, and he will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my boarcock? How dost thou, Chuck?
Madam?
I bid ye come with me. What, man, 'tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, Dame Toby, get him to pray.
My prayers, Minx.
No, I warrant you he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
It's possible.
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius hath taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him, lest the device take air and taint.
Why, we shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
We'll have him in a dark room. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen.
More matter for a May morning.
But see.
Here is the challenge. Do but read it. I warrant you there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, it is, I warrant him. Do but read.
Send me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief and to exceeding good sense.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me.
Good.
Thou kill'st me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep up the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. thy friend as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Aguecheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew, scout me for him at a corner like a bumbaily. So soon as ever thou seest him, swear horrible, for it comes to pass off that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver his letter, for the behaviour of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. And therefore this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set a notable report of valour, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look like cockatrices. I will meditate upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much and laid my honor to unshare in it. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong fault is it that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behaviour that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs.
Here, treasure this for me. 'Tis my picture. It has no time to vex you, and I beseech you come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny that honor saves upon my asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with my honor can I give him that I promised you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. I feel like thee can bear my soul to hell.
Gentleman, God save thee.
And you, madam.
That defence thou hast betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him, I know not, but thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter attends thee. Be yare in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skilful, and deadly.
You mistake me, madam. I'm sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very clear and free from any image of offence done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and draught can furnish man withal.
I beseech you, madam, what is he?
He is knight, dubbed with unhatched fists and on carpet consideration, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give it or take it.
I am no fighter. I've heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely in others to taste their valour. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore get you on and give him his desire. Meddle you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to find out what my offence to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
Pray you, sir, knowest thou of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of a man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his forms as you are like to find him in the proof of his valour. He is indeed
Sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in the Illyria. You will walk towards him. I will make your peace with him, if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows of my mettle.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a virago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck-in with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet hit the ground they step on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie.
Pox on it! I'm not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought, had he been valiant and cunning in fence, I'd have seen him damned ere I'd have challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I will give him my horse, great Capulet.
Stay, I'll make the motion. Stay here, make a good show on't. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you.
Dame Toby to Fabian. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil. Fabian to Dame Toby. He's as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels. Dame Toby to Viola. There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for his oath's sake. Marry, he hath better bethought him of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore, draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you. Viola, pray at God. Defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man. Fabian to Sir Andrew. Give ground if you see him furious. Dame Toby to Sir Andrew. Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot, by the duello, avoid it. But he has promised me, as he's a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, to it. Sir Andrew to Dame Toby. Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you 'tis against my will.
Gentlemen, after an offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, madam? Why, what are you?
One, madam, that for her love dares yet do more. When you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Dame Toby, hold your purity.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray you, sir, lower your fists if you please.
Marry I will, sir, and for that I promised you I'll be as good as my word. He bears you easily and he reigns well.
This is the woman. Antonia, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, madam, no jot. I know your favour well. Though now you have no name tag on you, I will take you away. I know you well.
I must obey. This come we seeking you, but there is no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now? My necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, be of comfort.
Come, madam, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, madam? For the fair kindness you've showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my pride with you. Hold, there's half my coffer.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my desert to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying vainness or babbling drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heathens themselves.
Come, madam, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one out of the jaw of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought it promised most venerable words to thy devotion.
What's that to me? The time goes by, away.
But how, and vile and idle proves this code? Thou hast, Sebastian, done good with your shame. In nature there's no blemish, but the mind none can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauty is evil. Our empty trunks are afflourished by the devil.
The woman grows mad, away with her. Come, come, madam.
Meet me here.
A very dishonest paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying her, and for his cowardship ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Slave, I will after him and beat him.
Do, cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing yet.
Methinks Antonia's words do from such passion fly that she believes herself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, or prove true. That I, dear brother, now be taken for you. She named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament. For him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
To be or not to be, that is the question where there is no love in the mind to suffice these feelings, and hours of outrageous fortune, or take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing ends, and for who bears the weeps and scorns of time, thou precious warms upon man's continuance, the pang of despising love, the love's delay seems all and some of his tempest burns, that patiently made of your words he takes, then gathered with song, sing after death beyond his covert country from, whose born returns, presence of will, and maketh pleasant fears whose ill will have, then fled to other that we know not of, lest conscious those may come out of the soul.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out, Faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. No, your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou know'st not me.
Vent my folly. He has heard that word of some great man, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I am afraid this great lubber the world will prove a cockney. I prithee now ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you, and there's for you.
Why, there's for thee, and there, and there. Are all the people mad?
Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger o'er the house.
This will I tell my lady straight away. I would not be in any of your coats for 2 pence.
Come on, sir, hold.
Nay, let him alone. I will have another way to work with him. I will have an action of battery against him, if there be any law in the Illyria, though I struck him first, yet there's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well fleshed. Come on.
What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? What? Nay, then, I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Hold, Toby, on thy life, I charge thee, hold.
Madam.
Will it ever be thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and barbarous caves, where manners never were preached. Out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, begone. I pray thee, gentle friend, let they who have wisdom, not their passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go speak with me at my leisure, and hear thou then how many fruitless pranks this ruffian has botched up, so you may smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew her soul for me. She started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream? Let fancy still my sense in lethe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I pray thee, wouldst thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be.
Now I really understand that everyone hates Malvolio, because Malvolio. But do they have to lock him in the broom closet on the second floor, where we keep our stuff? And they know that too? I mean, goodness, I hate them sometimes, all of them. But then again, they're also really entertaining, like, really. Well, hopefully they let him out sometime soon.
Nay, I prithee, put on thy gown and thy beard, make him believe thou art Sir Topus the curate. Do it quickly, I'll call Dame Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I am not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student. But to be said an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar. Oh, the competitors enter.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Bonos Dios, Dame Toby, for as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink very wittily said to a niece of King Gorboduc, that is. So I, being Master Parson and Master Parson, for what is that but that, and is but is.
To him, Sir Topus.
What, oh, I say peace in this prison.
The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topus, the curate who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topus, good Sir Topus, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend, how vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topus, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topus, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayst thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topus.
Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricadoes, and the clerestories toward the south-north are as lustrous as ebony, and yet complainst thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topus. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell, and I say there was no man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandeur might haply inhabit a bird.
What thinkst thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras ere I will allow of thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topus. Sir Topus!
My most exquisite Sir Topus.
Nay, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and thy gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou find'st him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so far in offence with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool?
My lady is unkind party.
Fool?
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say.
She loves another. Who calls, huh?
Good fool, if ever thou wilt yourself well at my hand, help me to a candle, and pen, ink, and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful for thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you besides your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
What, as well? Then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavour thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble-babble.
Sir Topus?
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, Sir Topus. Marry, amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool? Fool? Fool, I say.
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am sent for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in the Illyria.
Well a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I'll help you to it. But tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I requite it in the highest degree. I pray thee be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir. I'll be with you again in a trice like to the old vice. You need to sustain who with dagger of lath, then his rage and his wrath cries aha to the devil. Like a mad lad, pare the nails, dad. Adieu, good man devil. Oh.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet it's not madness. Where's Antonia, then? I could not find her at the Elephant, yet there she was, and there I found this credit that she did range the place to seek me out. Her counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of time. If you mean well, now stay with me and with this holy man. Plight me with the full assurance of your face, so that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall not seal it, whilst you're willing, it shall come to note what time we will our celebration keep. What do you think?
I'll follow this good man and stay with you, and having sworn truth ever will be true.
Then lead, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly know this act of mine.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with its brief 1,000 weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never writ nor no man ever loved.
Now as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense, desire my dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for their friends.
No, sir, the worse.
And how can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly, I am an ass. So that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, I am abused. So that conclusions to be as kisses, if your 4 negatives make 2 affirmatives, why then the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worst for me. There's good.
But that it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
You give me a counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much the sooner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo secundo tertio is a good play, and the old saying is, the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure, as the bells of St. Bennet, sir, may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can pull no more money out of me at this throw. You will let your lady know I am here to speak, and in turn bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you think my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
Here comes the woman, sir, that did rescue me.
The face of hers. I do remember well. When I saw at last it was besmeared. As black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. Wobbling vessel was she captain of? For sure draught and bulk unprizable, with which most grateful grapple did she make, most noble bottom of her fleet. The very envy and the tongue of lust. Ride fame and honor on her. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonia that took the phoenix and a fraud from Candy, and this is she that did the tiger board. Here in the lobby, desperate of shame and state, in private gravel did I apprehend her.
She did me kindness, sir, was on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief. What foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, we plead that I shake off the name you give me. Antonia never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess unbase and one in us, Orsino enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that most ingrateful the boy there by your side, from the rude sea enraged and foremost, did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love without retention or restraint, all his dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, into the danger of this adverse place, drew to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and drew a 20 years removed thing, why one would wink, deny me my own purse. which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
Oh, when came he to this place?
Today, my lord, and for 3 weeks before. No interim, not a minute vacancy. Both day and night did we keep company.
Oh, here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. Oh, what for thee, fellow? Fellow, thy words are madness. 3 weeks this youth hath tended upon me, but more that anon. Take her aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario, my good lord?
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it ought to be all tune, my lord, is this as fat and wholesome to my ear as holy nasty music?
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest of rings, hath breathed out that air devotion tender. What shall I do?
Even what it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief, the point of death, kill what I love? Savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly? But hear me this. Since you do not regard and cast my faith, that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor. With you, the marble-breasted tyrant still. But to your motion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out with a cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I sacrifice the lamb that I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I most jocund act and willingly, to do you rest, 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more than all Moors I shall ever love wife. If I do feign, your witness above, punish my life for tainting your love.
I be detested, how am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, a husband, stay.
Husband?
A husband, can he deny?
Her husband, Sarah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness, what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe, what thou dost know has newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this concept sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath holed me toward my grave, I have travelled but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cup! What wilt thou be when time hath sowed a gristle in thy case? Will not us thy craft so quickly grow, that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear, poor little face, though thou hast much to fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon, send one presently to Dame Toby.
What's the matter?
Has broke my head across, and has given Dame Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help! I had rather had 40 pounds I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We thought he was a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
Gentleman Cesario.
Odd lively things, there he is. You broke my head for nothing, and that I did. I was set on to do it by Dame Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You raised your fist against me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Here comes Dame Toby, hurting. You shall hear more. If she had not been in drink, she would have tackled you otherwise than she did.
How now, gentlewoman? How is it with you?
That's all one has hurt me, and there's the end on't. Sot, did see Dick surgeon, Sot?
Oh, he's drunk. Gone. His eyes were set at 8 morning.
Then he's a rogue and a passy measures paven. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with her. Who has made this havoc with them?
I will help you, Dame Toby, for we shall be dressed together.
Will you help an acid and a coxcomb and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull?
Get her to bed and let her heart be looked to.
I am sorry, madam, I've hurt your kinsman, but had it been a brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons? That's her perspective, it is. And it's not.
Antonia, my dear Antonia, how have the hours wrecked and tortured me since I've lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonia?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
It's wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be the deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalin. Sebastian was my father. Such as Sebastian was my brother, too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman as the rest goes even, I should let my tears fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act the day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing that's to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune, do cohere and jump. That I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to the concierge in this place, where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since has been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook, but nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Not amazed. Right noble is his blood. This be so, that the glass seems true. I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love women like you.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings keep us true in soul, as doth the orb continent the fire that severed night from day.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in the women's weeds.
The concierge that did bring me first on shore hath my maiden's garments. He upon some action is now engaged at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. A most extracting frenzy of my own. From my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, Sirrah?
Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stave's end, as well as a man in his case may do. Has here a letter writ to you. I should have given to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are delivered.
Open and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam.
Oh, now, art thou mad?
No, madam, but I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox.
Prithee, read ye thy right wits.
So I do, Madonna, but to read his right wits is to read thus. Therefore, perpend, my princess, and give ear.
Read it you, Sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with which I doubt not but to put myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
Save us not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think of me as well as sister, as wife. One day shall come and the lions on it, so please you, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your servants done him. So much against the mettle of your sex. So far beneath the soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here's my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
Sister, you are she.
Is this the madman?
I, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your word. Write from it, if you can, in hand or phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, granted then, and tell me in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of favor. They be smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Dame Toby and the lighter people. And acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious gag and gall that ever invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, 'tis not my writing, though I do confess, much like the character, but out of question 'tis Maria's words. And now, I do remember me. It was she first told me that thou wast mad. Then comes thee in smiling and in such forms which were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content. This practice has most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both plaintiff and the judge of thy own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come taint the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at, in hope it shall not. Most freely I confess myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here. Upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we have conceived against him. Maria read the email, and at Dame Toby's great importance in recompense, whereof she has married her, of how with a sportful malice it was followed, my rather pluck on laughter than revenge, in that their injuries be justly weighed, than have on both sides passed.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrown upon them. I was one sir in this interlude, one Sir Topus, sir, but that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad, but do you remember, madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal, and you smile not he's gagged? And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
I shall be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him, and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the concierge yet. When that is known, at golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come. So you shall be, well, our man. But in other habits you have seen Faustina's mistress and his fancy's queen.
When that I was a little tiny boy, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, 'gainst knaves and thieves men shut their gate, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came, alas, to wife, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came unto my beds, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, with tossed pots still had drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, but that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these videos did appear. Whatever. Unless the world really has ended and nobody told people in middle management.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves have all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometimes declines by chance on nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou wast, nor shall death brag thou wanderedst in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growst. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
A woman's face with nature's own hand painted, hast thou the master mistress of my passion. A woman's gentle heart, but not acquainted with shifting changes is false women's fashion. An eye more bright than theirs, less false in rolling, gilding the object whereupon it gazeth. A man in hue, all hues in his controlling, which steals man's eyes and woman's souls amazeth. And for a woman wert thou first created, till nature as she wrought thee fell a-doting, and by addition me of thee defeated, by adding one thing to my purpose nothing. But since she pricked thee out for women's pleasure, mine be thy love, and thy love's use their treasure. Mine be thy love, and thy love's use their treasure.